Now, this is the clearest indication, perhaps, that the gloves are now off between Tourism Minister Lindiwe Sisulu and her boss, President Ramaphosa. And this is totally unprecedented, isn't it, that a member of cabinet would openly and so publicly defy the president. Are we still talking about Sisulu's opinion piece here, or is it simply the battle for the ANC presidency?
Look, I think they are connected. The opinion piece and her wish to become the ANC president, maybe it's one package. But I think the issue is that's been disappointing for some of us is that we've known Minister Sisulu for some years. She has been in leadership positions since around 1976 onwards up to now. She knows the procedures inside the ANC. She knows the policies. She knows how she should conduct herself if she's unhappy with any particular thing. And for her to defy the president, defy the office, it's really shameful for her to do that, because she knows the procedures in the ANC. When you are dissatisfied with whatever you're dissatisfied, there are procedures that you must follow, but you don't defy the president openly. This is disappointing for some of us who have known her since 1976.
Well, normally when politicians launch an election campaign, they do so by identifying a problem that the masses may resonate with, a problem that the candidate professes to solve, should they ascend the highest office in the land. Will Sisulu's strategy of writing an opinion piece, ostensibly attacking black judges and by extension the judiciary, work in her favor?
I think she's missing the point completely, because our problem in South Africa is not with the black judges at the moment. Our problem is with ANC that has been captured under her watch. She was part of, watched when the Guptas and the Watson captured the ANC. She was there in the NEC. She did nothing to stop that capture. And now she wants to blame the judges for this. So the problem is not really with the black judges. It's the ANC that has been captured in front of her eyes, with her in the NEC, working in the NEC, and as a minister. The ANC was captured in front of her eyes. She should have stopped that. She failed to stop the capture of the ANC. Now she wants to blame the judges for her failure to stop the capture of the ANC. It's disappointing. I think she's fighting, she's actually diverting the attention from where the problem is. The problem is ANC is captured, not the judges. The judges have no problem, as far as I'm concerned.
Mr. Makgoale, you say that she's missing the point by attacking the judges, but is she missing the point by raising very pertinent issues afflicting millions of South Africans and that all-important issue, that of poverty?
Look, poverty is a problem of everybody, and we agree with that. But poverty must be addressed by the executive. The NEC of the ANC, the cabinet ministers of the ANC are supposed to address poverty, not the judges. So she was a minister. She could have addressed the water issues. She could have addressed the housing issues. She could have addressed the military veterans. All those issues are related to poverty. And the judges are not there. The judges were not responsible for the water ministry not delivering water. They were not responsible for the housing minister not delivering the houses. So I think she's blaming the judges all for the wrong reasons. They are not responsible for addressing the poverty issue. It's the ministers and NEC members, and she has been part of the ministers for about 20 years, and she has been in the NEC for more than 10 years. So she's been part of this. So she should have done better when she was a minister. She should have done better in the NEC than to blame the judges. I think she's fighting, she's misdirecting everybody to wrong attention. I think that I would say that she's addressing a wrong problem completely.
So, Mr. Makgoale, are you saying that, in short, she shouldn't be talking about the social ills that are affecting South Africa? She should rather be focusing on the challenges facing her department, and being a South African herself and being an ANC, NEC member, she shouldn't be talking about in the very pertinent issues?
No, she's allowed to talk about any pertinent issue. She's allowed, like anybody else. She's allowed. But the question is, you don't blame the judges, call them house niggers and all these things. It's completely unacceptable, because the judges are not responsible for poverty. It is the ANC ministers that have not addressed poverty in the past 20 years, 27 years. ANC ministers. And she has been part of those ministers. She failed to address poverty in her various departments. And so she should be taking responsibility for failure in her respective department to address poverty. There's still water shortage problem. There's still a housing problem. And that Those were her former ministries. So she should have addressed those things. So we are disappointed with her.
You seem to be focusing on one facet of the debacle, which is the attack on the judges. And I suppose that has been the bone of contention between that meeting between Ramaphosa and Lindiwe Sisulu herself. And according to that statement that she issued, they only discussed that one line wherein she attacked the judges. So are you also turning a blind eye on the other issues that, were out into the public domain?
Look, as I say, simply, we agree with the poverty problems, hunger, education. Those are problems. And those are problems that the ANC leadership, where she is part of ANC leadership. As I say, she has been in a leadership position since 76, as far as I can remember. So she had an opportunity to address all these poverty issues throughout. And she has not managed to do that. The ANC was captured in front of her eyes by the Guptas and the Watson. She did nothing to stop that. So to blame the judges is very unfortunate. The judges were not responsible for the capture of ANC. It was the NEC, the members and cabinet ministers who were captured by the Guptas, And so to blame the judges for not doing I think as I say, she's blaming the wrong people and deliberately diverting attention.
Just a quick question, Mr. Makgoale, just before I let you go, we are out of time. What's the ANC saying about the whole debacle? Have you heard of any talks of a possible emergency NEC meeting to iron this out?
No, I don't know of any of those. I'm not part of the NEC, as you must be aware. I'm a rank and file member. So I don't really know what the NEC is planning. But I think the right thing would be the NEC to have a meeting and also to maybe request her to resign as the minister. Because if she's defying the president, it's better for her to resign because she doesn't want to recognize the president anymore. So it's better for her to resign. And if she doesn't resign, maybe she must be requested she must be suspended until further notice. But it's disappointing what she's doing.
All right, Mr. Makgoale, great chatting to you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Omry Makgoale there. He's a political commentator and an ANC veteran and has been weighing in on his thoughts on the public spat between Tourism Minister Lindiwe Sisulu and President Cyril Ramaphosa.